Hey guys, it's TastyGuava. Welcome back to another video on the TastyGuava channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a really small rant about this comment. Not anything towards the person, but towards the subject. Basically, I uploaded a video on Wincraft and someone commented, bro, just play Hypixel SkyBlock. It's 100 times better than any MMORPG on Minecraft. Someone says SkyBlock is boring and grindy. Wincraft is an actual video game. Now, my argument about this is going to be kind of almost nothing to do about SkyBlock versus Wincraft. Let's get into it. So my actual issue with SkyBlock has nothing to do with the fact that there's SkyBlock and that there's Wincraft. I don't really see a thing there because they're two completely separate topics. However, I think both do provide a really cool experience in the Minecraft community. And Hypixel SkyBlock has been super successful. I think it still is the biggest mode on Hypixel. I mean, nothing else compares. Quite literally nothing. Most of the games on here have less than 100 players most of the time now. But my issue with Hypixel SkyBlock is everything to do with what Hypixel SkyBlock has done to Hypixel. Which might be a really controversial topic. And I'm gonna try to phrase this as carefully as I can to try to get my point across. But ever since Hypixel SkyBlock has come out and seen such great success, nothing has really been coming to Hypixel in the grand scheme of things. Because before SkyBlock became such a big thing here on Hypixel, we'd be getting new modes and a lot of effort was being put around the server all the time. But I feel like now everything's just kind of being shoved away into really small games and nothing's really been happening. That's not to say Hypixel's development team doesn't do a lot of work, because they do. But what has been new here? Dropper has been worked on for the longest time and it's released. There's no experimental modes that really show up anymore. World Wars is extremely old. Pixel Party is extremely old. And I feel like a lot of the development time probably goes to this game over here. Now, I don't know. They could be working on something really big. But there's so many cool ideas and things they could have been working on all these years. I mean, over here, you used to see 4 different modes. If something's released, something immediately a few weeks after would go out. And I don't know. I feel like over the time, like, everything just kind of gets shoved away. Now, I'm sure it's very difficult running the server. I already know it is, especially supporting 1.8 through 1.20, or what are we on, 1.21? I think 1.20. That's already difficult in itself. I've tried making little Minecraft servers myself, and even at a small scale, it's difficult supporting a lot of players in different versions with anti-cheats and so many custom modes. But part one of things that I really hate about Hypixel is this stupid thing that they do. Where's the thing? I don't really play on here as much. Where's this thing that I'm looking for? Am I blind? This one. I don't like how they shoved everything into here, into the classic games lobby. Because there's something here that isn't a classic game. Now, I would like to say this is like a solo issue. However, I do think all these games should have their own lobbies because, I mean, although there's not that many players on here, it's not like a lot of the other games have too many players in comparison, but them shoving all these game modes into a separate lobby that no one really goes into anyways, that is so like bizarrely like different from the rest of the server, I feel like is a massive issue. And I don't know, I just completely disagree with what they have over here, especially with Turbo Kart Racers being custom assets and everything. It should not be in this lobby. And I just don't agree with classic games lobby unless they have a bunch of classic games and they add more classic style games to the server. Yeah, I feel like this has been a really major mess up for Hypixel, especially whenever they released this lobby. I think the original one was fine because it was one of the OG Hypixel main lobbies, or I think it was the original main lobby. But then they released this, which it's fine. Like, all of Hypixel lobbies look fantastic as always, but nothing happens here anymore. And again, why is Turbo Kart Racers over here? It's not a classic game. It was released in 2015, but it just doesn't have the biggest player base, which I think having it shoved into a lobby full of quote-unquote dead games doesn't help either. And then they redid this with the arcade games lobby, which I'm not the biggest fan of this lobby either. I think I've expressed this already at some point. I thought it was really cool. I made a whole video about it. I don't know. It kind of lost the charm of the last lobby. The last lobby was super cool. I think this one's really awesome. I mean, you literally have this little arcade over here where if you go inside, you have these little game machines. But I feel like something between this and the last lobby would have been a really cool thing to add. But you may have noticed there's a lot of NPCs missing. I wonder why. It's because they are under all games, and this is very difficult to read. What I mean is that you have to go in here and then go out of your way to look through these games and then go inspect them individually, which I feel like is going to make just all these games die. It's the same issue with the classic games lobby now in the arcade games lobby. And honestly, I think they should just have something called the Hypixel arcade instead of the arcade games lobby, because they could just shove so many cool modes into here. And maybe they, instead of having classic games and arcade separate, they could have it in one, but that might not work either. But yeah, I feel like there needs to be a different system for classic games and arcade. I think that's been a very massive misstep with that. Another thing on Hypixel that's really been bothering me is just the removal of game modes, honestly, which I don't know how much it costs to run some of these games on this server, especially the ones that are a lot more simple, because we still have all the classic games lobby. Like, everything is still here, even though there's currently 64 like sub 100 players on. But I think there have been lobbies, or at times there's a lot of lobbies that literally have a less than 100 players. Cops and Crims has less than 100 players. Okay, so I have a bunch of forum threads from the Hypixel forums open, which, by the way, I love the fact that Hypixel has their own forums page. It's really crazy to me that forums are kind of a dead concept now. This is just one of them. This is from 2020. We have Hypixel Sports, which never came out, but it was a few different games and stuff that was a really small event that kind of just immediately died and never really happened. I think Hypixel Sports would be really cool. Again, I love more things in Hypixel that are just like a subsequent of Hypixel. Like, you have Hypixel, I don't know, adventure maps or experiences. I think that could be a cool thing. Hypixel experiences, you have different adventure maps, and those could be different experiences that you can do. Or, you know, Hypixel's custom modes with all the custom assets, those can be different experiences as well. But yeah, Hypixel Sports was a really small lived thing. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, it was supposed to be Party Games 4 in a way. Yeah, he says it right here. Essentially, Party Games 4. It was Party Games 4 in a way, and it was a mini game. But it didn't really last a long time, and it kind of immediately died. Yes, you had sprinting, which you straight line across a track, hurdles, and swimming. Obviously, it's nothing like crazy. It was a really like quickly made game as part of an event. But that's one of the games. PTL games here, I think UHC Deathmatch. I'm not sure if this still exists. No, this one came back. What is this? Yeah, I think UHC Deathmatch still exists. Survival Dash doesn't exist anymore at all. I actually don't remember this. This is like really far back in my memory. Yeah, 2017. Survival Dash was removed. Battle Royale was a really cool mode in Hypixel, but there was just issues with a big update they did with like guns and stuff and like how the game ran, and eventually they just stopped updating it and they just got rid of it completely. However, I think this could have been a really cool mode, and I think they could revisit this, but just take a lot more community feedback and see where we can go from that. There's gonna be another topic when it comes to like how Minecraft works and why I think this can fully make a return, especially with recent Minecraft servers. King of the Hill, I think it's still a dead thing. Crazy Walls was so much fun. I loved it. I miss it. It was basically a bunch of people in one map with a really small like plots, and you could get a bunch of cool different items and stuff. It was like Walls, but extremely fast paced and a lot of players. Let's see what this one has. Sky Clash was like Sky Wars in a way, but it had different leveling systems and different elements to the game, and it was really cool, but it didn't do super well, and they just kind of murdered it. Crazy Walls, already we spoke about. Tower Wars, I actually barely remember this. I remember playing it on Hypixel and thinking I was crazy because I thought it was from a whole different server. Let's see if I can look that up really quick. Tower Wars Hypixel. Forgot about this, honestly. Is this the... Oh, where is it? Oh, no. I'm trying to find some pictures. Can I find a video of it? Videos. Hypixel Tower Wars. I think it was like a top-down map, and it was like a track you had to go through. Yeah, so like the classic Tower Wars types of games, like I forgot what they're called, but it's like Balloons TD is kind of laid out like this as well. Yeah, you can like play stuff to like prevent people from getting to the tower, which was really cool. Really cool game that also kind of got removed from PTR really quick. King of the Hill. Hypixel Sports, Punch the Back Game, and Party Games. This is a one that I hear all the time when I made my own Reddit Hypixel forums post about this. This one's is something that everyone like says, oh my god, yeah, I forgot about that. Guild coins obviously got removed because the new guild system. VIP area, which I think is dumb that you can't have a VIP area because it breaks the EULA, but I think it should honestly be perfectly fine. But yeah, there used to be a VIP area. That's a really old thing that they removed a long time ago. Mon Helper Rink, obviously they have Game Master now. Hypixel Battle Royale, yeah, like I mentioned, the Battle Pass, something I forgot about. And then there's no more ranked modes. This is something that really sucks, which I feel like it's just the fact about cheating, and that's why we don't have ranked Skywars anymore. But I think ranked duels and ranked Skywars and everything like that would have been really cool, and I feel like it's a thing that they could revisit in the future. But I feel like Hypixel needs to partner with launchers and stuff to require that you play with a client that has a built-in client-side anti-cheat to prevent cheating. But that's maybe not a possibility. I don't know. I know a lot of clients do have anti-cheats. I'm pretty sure Lunar Client used to have an anti-cheat service and it just died off really quickly because I don't hear about that at all anymore. I think Badline does have this, and I'm not sure, but I've heard that Hypixel might have possibly looked into it. But that's something that is complete speculation. I can't confirm. But yeah, ranked duels would have been really cool. Adventure maps, again, I think Hypixel could do like a Hypixel experiences. They can have experience lobby and they can do different things like that. I think that would be a really awesome thing to do in the game. Flint and Steel Classic Duels, I forgot about this. I actually barely remember this. Pillars and Bow Duels, I'm not sure what that one is, but there's so many things that have been removed. Oh, this is my one. Obviously there is a rotating group of games now in a lot of lobbies and stuff, so obviously Skywars. There is still labs modes that haven't made a full return, but yeah, there is definitely a long list of stuff that has been removed from the game. But yeah, now I'm gonna swap to a different topic while we're still on the forums, and that's the fact that they heavily focus on SkyBlock because it's so successful for them. Again, they do stuff outside of SkyBlock, but it's something that I really get annoyed by. SkyBlock housing tournament, SkyBlock. I'm pretty sure if I could just keep scrolling, tournament, regular thing, tournament, SkyBlock. Let's just keep going. I think you guys get my point. Like, they do other stuff on the side, but it's primarily a SkyBlock server now. SkyBlock, Skywars, SkyBlock, and they can keep scrolling, and all you're gonna see is SkyBlock. And if you just exclude like general announcements, you're gonna see just SkyBlock. I mean, how many other things? Oh, we're in May right now. How many other things have you really seen? Okay, there's Mega Balls, there's Bed Wars, SkyBlock. I think you guys get my point. It's mainly SkyBlock. There is other big things that they do outside of SkyBlock, but it feels like it's primarily a SkyBlock server now, which is what really sucks to me. Now, another thing that I know is kind of an issue for Hypixel also is just the fact that it's limited heavily by 1.8. This is a version that came out in 2014 and is lacking so many modern functions from 1.9 all the way through 1.20 now. And I would wish Hypixel could just update in one day to 1.20 and do a massive re-release of Hypixel, because there's so many servers now. I mean, I've made some videos exploring the Hideaway server, I've explored MCC Island, and I've explored Tubnet. And those are entirely completely different experiences in Minecraft. And I think Hypixel could really use that in a future update. But there's one massive issue, and that is Mojang. They don't care about the Java community at all as many times as they'd like to pretend that they do. They only care about Bedrock because Bedrock makes some money through the mine coins and the marketplace. On this, look, I can just go into my video settings, or sorry, I can go to resource packs and add a resource pack. I can also just add shaders if I want to. They're free. I can also download so many third-party launchers that add emotes and stuff. I mean, look at my cosmetics. These are not Minecraft. This is not vanilla. I can freaking emote whatever my key is. Look, I can freaking emote if I want to and pay another marketplace to do that. You have freedom and choice on Java, which I don't think Mojang likes at all, which really sucks. And Mojang, they're kind of weird with how they do stuff, and just so many lost pieces of content that I think they could re-explore and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't see them ever helping out Java because we've needed simple features like transfer packets multi-core server support, multi-thread server support, and other things like that, which I'm not sure if they've added in recent versions, but I don't think we have transfer package. Transfer package basically allow you to have North American servers, Asian servers, South American servers, European, and be able to freely transfer within the server and not have to connect .na.hypixel or eu.hypixel. And there was at one point an eu.hypixel, which never released, which would have been really beneficial to everyone that lives in Europe, so you don't have high ping. I mean, Badline had this. Their server costs so much to keep up. That's one of the reasons they state that they closed down the Badline server, is that, you know, it was really expensive and there's just so many things going on, and the client makes them more money, which makes so much sense. You might as well just do a Badline client instead of just running this massive server with a lot less players that's so expensive to run. Mineplex, that's a whole different thing of managerial issues that had to shut down. Hive stated it being so expensive because you don't have multi-core server support. You have to do whole separate servers on whole different machines, and you split your player base in order to provide a better experience for them. And then the EULA limits a lot of stuff you can do in Minecraft because some things can accidentally cross over when they doesn't really matter to the general like player base and doesn't really affect their experience. But yeah, I think Hypixel has a lot of things going for it, and a lot of issues personally that I see that they could re-explore all these old modes. They could rebrand some things, they can merge some things, they can expand some things around the server. Obviously I fully understand. I mean, SkyBlock, there's almost 30,000 players, and how many players online right now? A lot. I'm pretty sure a crap ton. There's just about 50,000 players, and over half of it is all just in one mode, which is SkyBlock. So that fully makes sense that they put so much time into it, but I feel like a lot more time could be spent around the server, and it could work out, but there's limitations to the player base wants 1.8 support. Mojang doesn't care all about the Java experience, from my opinion, and yeah, it's a mess. I love Hypixel. I've been originally playing it since 2013. On this account since 2015, and I love it. It's so much fun, and it's kind of stuck to its core player base. It's kind of stuck to its core like values, and like there's something about Hypixel where it just feels so nice and smooth and just clean and elegant in a way, and provides such great game modes and a great community. But I feel like it is struggling in a way. I mean, it is definitely struggling in a way. What is that? 0 players in the... Yeah, because there's nothing in the PTL lobby. Everything lobby is currently in development and maybe removed anytime. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things going for Hypixel, a lot of issues around it. And I just want to make a rant. Like, I originally was about to comment about like why I fully disagree with that, why I have issues with SkyBlock, but that's just like everything I kind of want to lay out about Hypixel in its current state. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for the rant, but like I feel like that's a really big load of stuff that a lot of us have had issues with, and I just want to tell you guys how I was feeling and everything that was on my mind regarding Hypixel. I love this server. I love the team behind it. I love the developers. I'm super excited for Hytale and whenever it releases. I don't care if it's in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or tomorrow. I will still play it and love it, I'm sure. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more stuff Hypixel can do, and there's a lot more coming for it, so I'm excited to see what they do. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, subscribe, turn notifications so you guys never miss a video. Yeah, like the video if you enjoyed, dislike it if you didn't. Comment and let me know how you feel about the state of Hypixel, what could change, how do you feel about SkyBlock kind of being like the main thing on the server, and yeah, check out my Discord server and everything in the description below. As always, everything is on TastyGuava.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. See, like that's a few bucks from Minecraft right there through Minecoins. I just got through Lunar. Hey, and this clan gives away free emotes sometimes. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yeah. I hate this game.